What up, guys? So I'm going to apologize for the audio in advance because I cannot find my microphone, and I like to have good sound for y'all, but I cannot find my microphone anywhere. We're moving stuff around the man cave, and I cannot find it for the life of me. And I wanted to get this video out because I came across an individual who he believes that you should use a shotgun for self-defense.
Never choose a handgun over a shotgun for home defense, and I'll show you exactly why. I have one of the most common handguns, a Glock 17 chambered in 9mm. First, I'm going to get my heart rate pumping to simulate a rush of adrenaline. Oh, go! Here's my shot pattern. I missed one completely. Now I'm going to be shooting 3 buckshot rounds from the 12 gauge. Here's the diameter of 1 buckshot pellet compared to 1 9mm round. They're very close in diameter. They are flying at similar speeds. Damn, gotta do it again. Now you can see my shot pattern from the 12 gauge compared to the 9mm. Check it.
He makes a pretty decent case for using a shotgun for home defense, but I don't think it's a strong enough case because there are a few problems with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back. We're going to go take a look at some popular options that one would use for self-defense, and I'm going to cover some reasoning for those. We have some very popular items in the sense that we've got a shotgun here, we have an AR, and we have a pistol, okay? So this right here, these two are actually what I use for home defense. This one gets set up in a very particular place, so that way if anything happens, I can just pop up, grab it, and roll. And every home defense gun should have a light, whether it's something as expensive as an X300 or as even cheap as an O light. Just make sure that whenever you get something like that, like an O light or something, that it's going to be decent quality. I've tested this out. I like it. I actually I was going to get rid of it, just sell it and get something new, but I liked it so much that I'm going to hold on to it. It's just going to stay on that gun. Now, the reason for this tape measure right here is because I want to compare. So he says a shotgun. Now, I know he's probably going to, his has a shorter barrel length than mine does. But the point is if you're going to just use a shotgun, more than likely you're just going to go grab whatever you have, unless you're specifically going out there to buy a specific length. In order to have something that you're going to use and maneuver around your house if you have to, it needs to be it doesn't have to be compact, but it needs to be more compact. So whenever I showed you these options right here, you'll notice that my shotgun is literally over 4 foot in total length. So take a look at this here. So I have it all the way up there at the top, and we're all the way down here, and we got 48 inches, and that 48 inches comes just to the back of that right there. So it's just over 4 feet when you go to the tip of that. That is difficult to maneuver around a house, specifically through doorways. I mean, you can walk down a hallway, whatever, but it's very cumbersome to take something with that length and really with that weight and maneuver it around the house. Comparing it all the way down to like a pistol, that is extremely difficult for you to be able to just maneuver around anything with. And look, we are just I can't count it all. So here, we're just over half a foot. Half a foot versus 4 feet. And if you go, oh, that shotgun can't be 4 feet tall. Little tip for y'all, I'm actually just over 5 foot tall. I'm 5'3". So if I take my shotgun here, this has just hit the ground, and you can see it is right up to here. So that right there, my friends, is a 4 foot tall shotgun. Now, I'm going to cover the length aspect of it here in just a bit, because I want you to realize why length plays a part in home defense when it pertains to your firearm. Because we'll talk situationally. So walk through a scenario. Say our state allows us to defend our home and the people in it. Okay? Say we're not California. All right? Or New York. Or there's a lot of other really liberal states out there as well that believe that they can do a better job at defending us than we can. We can see how they do a better job at everything, including budgeting, better than we can. Did I just call them out? I think I did. So, intruder breaks into the house. Now, the location you're at in your house is going to determine a lot of how you're going to handle things situationally. But say you are far enough away from the front door, it's not really going to matter. They blow the front door down, whether they hit it down, break in, whatever. They come inside, okay? Notice I use the word they. That's going to be very important. Your adrenaline's going to be pumping ridiculously. I'm going to make up some words here. It's going to be pumping ridiculously crazily, okay? Adverbs, so they had to have LYs at the end of them. They just start stealing. The first thing they see, say you have a coat rack, they see an LL Bean coat, and they're like, you know what, that's all I need. They grab your LL Bean coat and run. It was one person. You had a shotgun. You weren't in any imminent danger. Let's change up the scenario a little bit. A lot of times, people are going to try to come with a group of guys. They're going to be like coyotes. They're going to hunt in packs, okay? Those individuals are the ones that you're really going to have to watch out for. And the reason why I say that is because they're going to feel a lot stronger because they're together. If 5 guys break into your home, let's go back to the shotgun now. Your life is now in danger. They're coming for you. 5 guys are bum rushing you all at once. 2 shots, 2 seconds, 15 yards, super accurate shots. Because, I mean, somebody can throw off 2 shots easily in 2 seconds, but accurate, very good, very accurate shots in 2 seconds, that's not too bad, okay? How much time does it take for 5 individuals to quickly close off 15 yards of distance? And remember, depending on if you have plug in, depending on if you have your plug in here and what capacity you hold. Say you can only get 3 in there. Say you can get 6 in there. Well, it just depends on how many you can be able to hold in here. Okay. You have 5 individuals, and you have 3 or 6 rounds. How are you getting through that scenario successfully? I mean, be realistic. Your adrenaline's pumping. You're going to be missing some shots. You may hit one guy twice. So now let's talk about the realism of having 16 rounds. This is a Staccato P, but I put a C2 grip on it. This is for concealability. I love to conceal this pistol. Okay, so we got 16 rounds. Okay, is 16 more than 3? Is 16 more than 6? Yes, it is. Now, this depends on what state you're in, but is an AR magazine that has, even if an AR magazine has 10 rounds, that's still more, but does a 30-round magazine have more ammo than the shotgun? Yeah. Can you shoot an AR faster than you can shoot your shotgun? Yeah. Depending on your caliber, your splits are going to be a whole lot faster. Because if I'm shooting a 12-gauge shotgun, pump action, well, even if it's semi-auto, I can shoot a 5.56 caliber AR far faster than I can shoot a 12 gauge shotgun, even semi-automatic, because the split times are going to be much shorter, because the cycle time is going to be faster. The recoil management for getting back on target is going to be much quicker. So recoil is far less, so you get a lot more accurate shots a lot more quickly. So there's a few things whenever you're discussing that aspect. So we talked about rounds. We talked about the length of the firearm. We talked about, you know, just being reasonable with kind of the scenarios that you're going to have to face. But now let's get realistic about length. Let's get into a position where we now have to say we have kids and we have to move to another room to be able to defend our home. Say we need to go get those kids, bring them over here to our localized room, so that way we're not divided, or we go to a point of defense. Okay? This is hypothetical now. Let me show you how difficult it's going to be to maneuver with a shotgun like that. And yes, I understand there are short-barreled shotguns, there are different situations, but remember, how many rounds do you have with short-barreled shotguns? Now, unless you go to a mag-fed shotgun, you're still going to be pretty limited, but you can still get larger mags. But the point is, people who are using shotguns for home defense most often don't have a large budget to put out for what, you know, for military-grade shotgun equipment. So I know you can get some cheap knockoffs out there, but do they cycle reliably? So let's take a look at this. Let's be reasonable about this. Okay, I'm going to use this door right here, and yes, you can see I may have jammed my barrel and flashlight whenever I was practicing a little bit here, because anybody who wants to defend their home, I personally believe needs to practice, or at least know the layout and how they would maneuver around it if they ever had to maneuver. So just a little tidbit. All right. So I'm going to show you where you have a little bit more visibility as I'm coming through the threshold here. So I need to be able to defend this because I'm going to go to, we'll say one of these are a bedroom, all right? So I've got, I want to go to a bedroom over here. Well, I still have to pass through an area where I could potentially get shot. So this right here, I'm going to go through this threshold, and I'm going to pretend that I need to dominate this space right here so that way I can be able to continue moving to where I need to go, all right? So let's start with staccato. I'm gonna work my way up in length so you can see how it gets more difficult to be able to get through your threshold. All right, so obviously you know this is going to be easy. Simply, we just have to compress. We've got plenty of space. We've got about 1.5 feet, almost 2 feet of space. Because remember, I have to get my entire body through this threshold. And I want this pistol to be up and ready to go off in case I am able to spot or identify an issue or an area of work that I need to attend to. So I'm up and I'm ready to roll. I'm compressed and I move through. And now, as you can see, I could easily move through this threshold and be able to dominate this area right here so I could be able to move onward. Okay? So super easy with a pistol. Super easy. For the record, 16 inches. I just put a pistol brace on it just because I like how the cycling and stuff is inside there. We all know the ATF's watching. So I'm here. I have established that I can clear this threshold, or I have no no known threat currently. So I'm going to start trying to step through my threshold here, because remember I'm trying to get over there and I need to dominate that area to my left. So I can collapse this and punch out, and I'm good. But still, let's take a look at the length here. If I can't come through the doorway like this. So something has to get around that corner before I clear it. So whether it's here and I come out, or whether it is compress this direction and I drive out, I like to compress over the shoulder. But no matter what, it is still a whole lot easier for me to, even if it's angled down or I'm punching around, no matter what, it is still so much easier for me to get this length of firearm through the threshold. Here's where it's going to get a little bit more difficult. Again, 4 feet. So, I mean, even if it was chopped off to here, okay, this is where more of your shotguns are going to be, somewhere in like the 20s. I think mine's a 32 inch. So you're going to be somewhere in the 20s here, okay? So even if you took a whole foot off, like right there, I mean, that's still pretty decent in length, okay? So it's a Mossberg 535 if you want to look it up, okay? Mossberg 535. Love this shotgun. They don't make it anymore if I'm not mistaken. Even if I drop this barrel down to clear this threshold, look how far down that barrel has to be to clear that threshold. That's pretty far down there. And imagine the time that it's going to take to be able to get through and present that. That's a whole lot of time. When you're talking milliseconds of taking something that you've compressed and then trying to drive that sucker out, and it already has a long enough buttstock here. So no matter what, even if I had to, in order to be able to significantly move through this door, I got to compress it like this. In order for me to get through this door and be able to clear it, it's going to take a fair amount of time before I can even get this completely cleared out. Oh man, that is hard to get over. I've not practiced this, believe me. In order to be able to clear this, I can get that over my bicep. To be able to get it over there, one, it's cumbersome. I must have to. Let me toy with this for a second. I have to really punch it out there to get it in, and I can't seat it right. But it is so difficult to get that. I'd have to come under the shoulder. Okay, yeah, it's gonna have to be under the shoulder for this one. I love to go over the shoulder, but it's gonna have to be underneath. So again, now I have to come through like this if I'm gonna be. That's still a lot. Like, I don't know if you can see that high. Here, so even just to clear it like this, that's a lot of time to be able to seat that. Even if you're trying to clear it underneath, that still is a lot of time to get that up and shoulder. Holy cow. So you're only going to have like 3 to 6 shots with this sucker. Who knows if you're going to even hit them tomorrow. I understand that everybody has preferences. I do. I understand everybody has logic, and that's why, if you want to stick with your logic, that's on you. In my personal opinion, I do not think a shotgun is a good option because of the lack of ammo and because of the plethora of issues you may encounter. To each your own, but remember you're responsible for your own decisions. So act accordingly. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, which more than likely you didn't enjoy the audio, sorry about that. But if you've enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed this discussion, if you enjoyed covering this topic, there are more stuffs to come. So follow or subscribe, and I want to get your opinion on this. What do you think? If you think a shotgun is better, why do you think fewer rounds is more? And why do you think that it is better to use something that will still penetrate, but you possibly will not get the outcome that you need? Why do you think it's important for you to use a shotgun and limit yourself as to having more ammunition and a better ability to maneuver through hallways and doorways to get where you may need to go? And we got more things coming. We have an exciting announcement coming very, very soon. Soon we're going to have our website up. It's getting very close to finished. So there are a few things that you'll get to see coming up with that. So we're pretty excited about a lot of things going on here at LOC Tactical. But yeah, and I will be having I would like to. I'll leave that. I'm jumping the gun. I'm excited about some stuff that's coming up. So if you want to see it, follow us, subscribe to us, and hit the little bell for notifications. So that way, when my stuff does come up and I do get that announcement out, you'll get to hear it, see it, and hopefully do it. So thank you guys. Have a great one. See y'all later.